What is the Node.js event loop, and how does it work? Imagine a busy kitchen where a chef juggles multiple dishes at once without ever dropping a single ingredient. That's similar to how Node.js handles many tasks at the same time. Instead of cooking everything in order, it uses a clever system called the event loop. This system makes sure your web applications stay responsive even when doing lots of work. Node.js is built on a single thread, meaning it can only do one thing at a time in the main process. But it can still handle many operations like reading files, making network requests, or waiting for timers. It does this by offloading these tasks to the system kernel or background threads. When a task finishes, the event loop picks up its callback and runs it. This way, the main thread is never blocked, and your app remains quick and responsive. The event loop works by cycling through different phases. First, it checks if any timers are ready to run, like those scheduled with set timeout or set interval. Next, it handles callbacks that were deferred earlier, often related to system operations. Then it enters a phase called idle and prepare, which Node.js uses internally for setup tasks. After that, it waits in the pull phase for new I/O events, like incoming data or network requests. When data arrives, it processes the callbacks associated with those events. Once the pull phase is done, the event loop moves to the check phase, where it runs callbacks scheduled with setImmediate. These are tasks you want to run after the pull phase. Finally, it handles close callbacks, such as when a socket or file handle is closed. Besides these phases, Node.js manages a special micro-task queue. This queue includes callbacks scheduled with process next tick and promise handlers. These micro-tasks run immediately after each phase, before the event loop moves on to the next cycle. This ensures that important tasks like promise resolutions happen quickly, keeping your code efficient. The process begins with executing all synchronous JavaScript code on the call stack. Once that's done, the event loop moves through its phases, executing callbacks in order. This design allows Node.js to handle many concurrent operations without creating multiple threads for JavaScript. When you write asynchronous code, like timers, network requests, or promises, your callbacks are scheduled into the appropriate phase. This setup keeps your applications fast and responsive, even under heavy loads. Understanding how the event loop works helps you write better Node.js code. It shows you how asynchronous functions run and how to avoid blocking operations. You can also optimize your code by scheduling tasks correctly and knowing when callbacks will execute. In essence, the event loop is the engine that keeps Node.js running smoothly, managing all those tasks behind the scenes so your web applications stay quick and efficient.